Let's just listen to a little bit and I'll walk you through what's going on. Soprano saxophone is the most difficult saxophone to record or to mic. I mean, straight soprano, that is. Because look, you've got sound that's traveling out of all of the holes of the saxophone and the bell. Except when you play the lowest notes, then all of it's coming out the bell. So I was recording soprano for a project yesterday, and I'm really happy with where I ended up eventually, but it took me quite a bit of trial and error to find a sound I was happy with. I'm going to show you exactly what I did and where I placed the microphones. I'm also going to show you the examples of the recording if you hear just one mic or the other versus the combination. And look, I have done plenty of work on soprano over the years, and I know about recording soprano. But I was trying to get away with one microphone instead of two. Spoiler alert, didn't work. I ended up using two, but I was trying to get away with one because oftentimes I do that in a live setting. If I'm playing in a club environment, I might just have one microphone. So I'm likely to do something like this, where the mic is kind of in the lower range of the horn. I'm not gonna mic it where you're only getting the bell. And the reason for that is I find that sound to be too thin. Now, somebody like Kenny G, for instance, I believe exclusively mics his soprano from the bell in live performance anyway, and I think during recording too. And look, he gets his sound that way. So this isn't really about right or wrong, just preference. But I find that sound to leave too much of a heart of the sound on the table. If that makes sense. Like there's something missing. Now, conversely, if you only mic the soprano from here, and you're not getting any of the bell, if I have to pick one, I'm gonna pick that. It's a more beautiful, rounder, warmer sound, but it is missing some of that reediness and that sizzle. So again, it's a two microphone thing if you really want the best representation of what you can get from the sound. So what I have here is the microphone that this isn't really about type of microphones, but this is an AEA KU something or other. It's like a ribbon dynamic combo mic. Beautiful mic, but it's kind of a small pickup pattern. So I was experimenting with all the different places, and I've done this plenty of times over the years. Like, what happens if you're recording over here, or here, or all the different things. I tried it with this mic down by the bell more. Wasn't loving it. Eventually, I crept up to a place where I was kind of here. Again, I'm going to show you the actual clips in a moment. Something like this, and this is coming kind of at the middle of the horn. I felt like yesterday it was even a little higher up. It's getting a little bit more of this area. And then I've got this microphone down here, my Neumann clip-on mic, just really beautiful microphone. I literally just have it clipped to the music stand because in a recording environment, if I clipped it to the bell, you're gonna hear all of this. I don't want that showing up on recording. So I have it clipped to the music stand, and I was basically playing not directly into it, like not right in there, but close by. So that's kind of the position, and I'll show you the results. So here we are in the Logic session. I have the track that I'm recording along to at the bottom, and then I have two stacks here. At the top is the melody chunks, and then I have the solo. For both of them, two microphones going in, and you can see I have the top mic and the bell mic, and in both cases, the bell mic is 6 decibels lower than the top mic. I also have a very mild compression and a adaptive limiter on each channel and some reverb. So the settings are all the same, except the volume of the bottom mic is different. And let's just listen to a little bit, and I'll walk you through what's going on. Now, if we listen to the same thing without the track, just saxophone. Pretty accurate picture. I like that sound. Obviously, that's where I got to. By the way, when I bounce this out to send to a client, I'm sending I have these things on there, whatever I might want in terms of compression or and such. There's no EQ, by the way, but I'll take all of that off. I'll give you a little mix tip at the end of this too, like one of my little favorite mixing pro tips. But when I when the client signs off on the MP3 that I send them, then I'm going to send them dry waves with no volume adjustments, no compression, no EQ, no limits, no reverb, no nothing, just raw, dry wave files. But before that, I'm sending them basically a light production mix of what sounds good to me. So that's what we're listening to right here. So now if I let's do a little bit of a mute back and forth. So we'll listen again, just the top mic, not the bell mic. Okay, same thing, just the bell mic. No good. Hear how nasally that? It's funny, they're both nasal in a different way. They kind of both sound like they're like two different versions of having a head cold. But you put them together, there you go. You get that sound. It's pretty cool how that happens. So what I'm doing from a mix perspective is to kind of get this mix, I do two things. One, I turn the master volume nearly all the way down, not all the way down, but if you go down to sort of minus 40 something decibels, it's going to be pretty quiet. Let's listen. Oh, and the other thing, I'll put a gain plug in on my stereo track, my stereo bus, and this is just a convert to mono. So it's not really, I'm not doing anything with gain. I'm just converting the whole chain to mono. Everything that's on there, reverb, effect, whatever, it's all getting summed into a mono profile, and then I'm listening extremely quietly. And I learned this back in my Berklee college days, and it's really helpful for hearing everything. If you can discern the levels of stuff and the mix of stuff at that level and in mono, then when you put the volume back up and put it back into stereo, it's pretty amazing what happens. So you should strain to hear this. It's going to be really quiet. I can hear everything. So now we'll listen to it again without the stereo, in stereo and at full volume. And just one last A-B. Let's listen to just the top mic. You hear that? Up high, this makes sense, right? When I'm up high on the soprano, the top mic sounds pretty good. Listen. Right in there, it's cool, but as I descend down the horn, it gets wonky. You can kind of hear it almost open and close, like the timbre of it. Conversely, let's listen to just the bottom mic. No, thank you. All of them together, both of them. Yeah, so that works. So there you go. There's the two mic situation for miking soprano. I hope that's helpful, whether you're recording at home or if you find yourself in a studio environment, especially if you find yourself in a studio environment with an engineer who is not proficient at recording a saxophone, which I have experienced many, many times. So hope that's helpful and you got something from that. See you in the next one.